二重に見えて、もう右目が使い物にならなかったんで、正直焦りましたけど。
It's November 7th, 2019, the night Naoya Inoue, the monster, Japan's unbeaten superstar, had his face broken.
集中集中。見える？ああ見えるよ。だったら集中しよう集中しよう。でカバーカバー。気持ちで負けんなよ。
In 18 fights, no one had come close to hurting him. Every post-fight interview, the same. His face untouched, a clean-cut image that looked more suited for magazine covers than the aftermath of war.
He said in an interview it was his first time he's ever clinched in his life in boxing. You made the monster clinch for the first time.
But this night was different. Across the ring stood Nonito Donaire, a Filipino legend, a former champion, a man fighting for one last shot at greatness. What followed was a war, a fight so brutal, so unforgettable, and became one of the greatest bantamweight battles in boxing history. Welcome back to the Fight Channel.
There's first time for everything, right? He got cut, he got hurt for the first time, and he learned from that.
Power is feared, but precision is lethal. And in the lower weight divisions, no fighter embodies both quite like Naoya Inoue. From the moment he turned professional, Inoue wasn't just winning. He was dismantling world-class opponents with a level of power rarely seen in the lighter weights. At just 20 years old and in only his 6th professional fight, Inoue stepped up to challenge veteran Adrian Hernandez for the WBC light flyweight world title. By his 8th, he had moved up in weight and crushed another. With every fight, the legend of the monster grew. His opponents weren't just losing, they were being destroyed. But after tearing through the junior flyweight and super flyweight divisions, there was only one question left. How would his power hold up at bantamweight?
And here Inoue has him ready to go to the body. There it is.
Jamie McDonnell was supposed to be the test. A champion who hadn't lost in over a decade. A fighter with size, reach, and experience at the weight.
I'm going to smash him. I know I am. Yeah, he's got the nickname Monster, but he's not. They've got 2 arms, 2 legs. You're all weighing the same. I'm a big bantamweight. You know, I think I beat him easy.
And an easy night's work it was for Inoue. He flattened Jamie McDonnell in under 2 minutes, announcing his arrival to the bantamweight division with ruthless precision. He sent a message. The monster had officially arrived. Then came the World Boxing Super Series, a tournament designed to determine the best bantamweight in the world. Inoue didn't just win, he obliterated the competition. A first-round knockout of Juan Carlos Payano sent shockwaves. One perfectly timed right hand, and Payano folded like a deck chair. Then came the second-round destruction of Emmanuel Rodriguez. A knockout made even sweeter after Rodriguez's trainer had disrespected Inoue's father during an open workout. It wasn't just dominance, it was efficiency. Less than 5 minutes in the ring, across both fights. 2 world champions, 2 belts, a face unblemished. Only one man left in the way, but every monster has a test. Every unstoppable force meets resistance. And for Naoya Inoue, that moment was fast approaching. Nonito Donaire has spent nearly 2 decades proving that greatness isn't just about talent. It's about longevity, adaptability, and the willingness to stand in the fire. From the moment he shocked the world with a stunning knockout of Vic Darchinyan, Donaire became a force in the lighter weight divisions. A fighter with blistering speed, devastating power, and one of the most feared left hooks in the sport. Taking on the best, knocking out legends, and crafting a resume that would cement his place in the Hall of Fame.
Go left hand, drop Manabula.
Donaire had captured world titles from flyweight to featherweight, falling short only against the very best. He even challenged Carl Frampton in Ireland for the featherweight crown, but came up short. To most, he was finished. Nothing left to prove, nothing left to fight for. But he disagreed.
And for you, is this the end?
Oh no, you can't go at the end with a guy like this guy, you know, fight of the year, one of the best fighters. I mean, if I lost to somebody who was nothing, then that would be it. But I lost to a guy who I gave it all I got.
At 36 years old, Donaire entered the World Boxing Super Series, the oldest fighter in the field. A man long past his supposed prime, stepping in against younger, fresher, hungrier champions. But experience is a dangerous weapon, and Donaire was far from done. Ryan Burnett was the young champion, unbeaten, fast, and full of promise. This was supposed to be his moment, but fate had other plans. In round 4, Burnett threw a punch, and his body betrayed him. A torn oblique ended his night, and suddenly, the veteran's hand was raised. Next came Stefan Young, a late replacement, but no match for a resurgent Donaire. One thunderous left hook ended it all. Vintage power, vintage Nonito. He wasn't just competing, he was stealing the show. Nonito vowed to bring home the Muhammad Ali trophy to his kids, and he was willing to go through hell to keep that promise. And now, only one man stood in front of him, and the greatest achievement of his career, a young, undefeated knockout artist, a fighter being called the Monster.
In the last throws.
From the opening bell, it was clear. This was not going to be another Naoya Inoue demolition. Donaire, the veteran, came to fight.
Comes back with that famous left hook. Both men exchanging.
He took Inoue's best shots early, absorbing the power that had ended so many before him.
Donaire, who was the track setter in the glory years of his career.
We've seen so many knockouts, 16 KOs, a good left hook.
And then, in the second round, he did what no one else had. He hurt the Monster. A perfectly placed left hook cracked against Inoue's face, shattering his orbital bone. Blood poured from the cut, his vision compromised. For the first time in his career, Inoue was in survival mode. But champions don't break. Inoue steadied himself, fighting through the pain, adjusting to the damage. He fired back with vicious combinations, testing Donaire's legendary durability.
Lovely left hook, right hand, beg your pardon, for the contest, not having to have done much, so he's still fresh.
But Donaire refused to fold. Round after round they traded, pushing each other to their absolute limits. The younger champion landing razor-sharp power shots. The veteran answering with precision counters and his signature left hook.
Donaire took that very well because that was flush. One bit and arguably, Darren.
In round 5, Inoue unleashed a perfectly timed right hand that sent Donaire stumbling. The veteran was hurt, but his instincts took over. He steadied himself, bit down, and fired back.
Donaire is firing away, but he is hurt here. This in a different way because perhaps we expected it from Pro Graham Taylor.
The pair traded bombs, each knowing that one clean shot could end it all in an instant. Neither backed down. Every exchange was a test of power, precision, and sheer will.
So well. That's a good right hand. Lovely stiff double right hand there.
Then, in the 8th, the tables turned. This time, it was Donaire who landed a flush right hand. And for the first time in his career, Inoue looked shaken. His legs wobbled, his grip tightened, but his resolve never wavered. Instead of folding, Inoue did what champions do. He roared back.
The old champion, stiff right hand lands yet again.
Kick in, you know, when you're in a contest like this and you've got an experienced champion in front of you who really believes in himself.
In the next round, Inoue regained his composure, shook off the damage, and forced his way back into the fight. The crowd erupted, recognizing the heart on display, witnessing a modern classic unfold before their eyes.
An absolute monster, getting the crowd going. That was a great finish.
Then came round 11. With the fight still hanging in the balance, Inoue dug deep and delivered a devastating left hook to the liver. Donaire staggered, then dropped to his knees in agony. The referee counted. The crowd held its breath. But somehow, someway, Donaire beat the count. The fight wasn't over yet.
1 minute 35. Has he made the count? He's up.
For many, that shot would have ended the night. But Donaire hung on like a true warrior, battered but unbroken.
But is this the end? Check left hook now. He's hurt Inoue.
What a fight. This really is, what a contest.
A modern, classic inside Tama.
In the final round, Inoue turned up the heat, relentless, sharp, and determined to close the show. But Donaire refused to go quietly, answering back with fire of his own. They fought to the bell, shoulder to shoulder. giving every last ounce.
Final bell, smiles all round.
The decision went to Inoue, unanimous, deserved, but the numbers didn't tell the full story. What the world had just witnessed was more than a fight. It was a battle of wills, a display of heart, and a night that would be etched into boxing history. Inoue proved he wasn't just a phenom with power. He was a champion forged through adversity. And Donaire? He may not have left with the belts, but he left with something far greater: respect, legacy, and the pride of keeping his promise to his kids.
To go to his locker room and ask them personally, to borrow the trophy because I promised my kids. What I say I will do. And something that I've always wanted to teach my kids is integrity.
Thank you, Mr. Inoue, and congratulations.
What followed only deepened the legacy of their epic battle. Donaire made history, becoming the oldest bantamweight champion at 38 by winning the WBC title, proving greatness never fades. The rematch came, but this time, Inoue was a different beast. He dismantled Donaire with clinical precision. Inoue would go on to become undisputed at both bantamweight and super bantamweight, solidifying his place as a pound-for-pound great. But through all his dominance, one fight still stands as his toughest test: the war with Nonito Donaire, a modern classic, a legacy-defining battle.
I was just grateful for that. That was a fun fight. I gotta say, that was a fun fight.